You're tuning into the deep dive because, well, you're looking to cut through the noise, right? And get to what really matters.
Yeah.
You want to level up your knowledge without feeling like you're drowning in information.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we're about here. Today, we've got some pretty compelling ideas pulled straight from our sources, and they're all centered around a powerful concept. Small, consistent habits can create big shifts.
That's really the core of it, yeah. Forget these huge, drastic overhauls.
Right.
Our mission in this deep dive is to explore 3 specific habits that the source material suggests. When you practice them daily for about 30 days, they can lead to really tangible improvement.
Improvements in what areas?
Well, in how you think, how much energy you have, and how productive you are day to day.
Okay.
And we're not just going to list them. We want to understand the potential behind these seemingly simple actions.
Okay, let's dive into the first habit then. The material we've been looking at really hammers home how crucial those first few moments of your day are.
Oh, definitely.
It suggests they sort of cast a long shadow over everything that follows.
Right.
And the remedy, a surprisingly manageable 15-minute morning ritual, just to set your internal compass, so to speak.
And what's fascinating here is the intentionality that's packed into just those 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The source breaks it down into 3 5-minute segments. The first is dedicated to deep breathing or maybe simply focusing on gratitude.
Okay, deep breathing, gratitude. Some people might hear that and think it sounds a bit... Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. But there's a grounded element to it.
Okay.
Even just a few minutes of focused breathing can actually help regulate your nervous system. It can shift you from that immediate stress response into a calmer state.
Right. And gratitude.
With gratitude, it's about consciously directing your attention towards the positive, which, can influence your overall outlook for the whole day.
Right. It's like hitting a reset button before the chaos of the day really kicks in.
Exactly.
Then the source suggests the next 5 minutes are for journaling, or even simpler, just writing down your top 3 goals for the day. I like the emphasis on just 3. It feels much more focused than, staring at a massive to-do list. Have you found that helps?
Absolutely. I mean, by distilling your priorities down to just 3 key actions, you're giving yourself a really clear roadmap.
Yeah.
The source material implies this helps you navigate your day with purpose, rather than just reacting to whatever email pops up next.
Being proactive.
Yeah, proactive with your attention. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, and the final 5 minutes of this quick routine, what's that for?
The source recommends reading something uplifting, maybe a book, an inspiring quote, even insightful content like what we're discussing right now.
Like feeding your mind some positive fuel right out of the gate.
Precisely.
It makes sense that what you consume first thing can kind of shape your thinking for the rest of the day.
Exactly. If we step back and look at it, this whole morning ritual, as the source frames it, is about consciously curating your initial mental environment.
Curating your environment. I like that.
Yeah, it's about choosing what kind of thoughts and intentions you're planting first thing. And that can really set the tone for your actions and decisions later on.
And for anyone feeling overwhelmed, that 15-minute structure offers a tangible starting point.
Definitely a simple structure.
Okay, let's move on to habit number 2. This one's all about getting your body moving every single day. The source material is pretty direct about this. It notes how much time, frankly, many of us spend sitting down.
Way too much time usually.
And it makes a bold claim. Movement is medicine. It's catchy, for sure, but what's the real substance behind that phrase?
Well, beyond the obvious physical benefits, which are important,
Sure.
the source highlights some really interesting connections to our mental state. It recommends a very achievable goal, just 30 minutes of daily movement.
Just 30 minutes.
Yeah. And what's encouraging is the variety of activities it suggests. Walking, stretching, dancing, maybe some yoga, a light jog.
So lots of options.
Right. It's really about finding something you actually enjoy and can stick with. What stands out to you about that range?
I think it makes it feel less daunting,
Yeah.
It's not saying you have to suddenly become a marathon runner overnight.
Exactly.
Even a brisk walk in your lunch break counts, apparently.
It does.
And the source lists some pretty enticing benefits. A better mood, a clearer head, less stress, more energy, even a confidence boost.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it almost sounds too good to be true.
But think about it physiologically. When you move your body, you're increasing blood flow. That benefits your brain function directly.
Okay.
Plus, exercise triggers the release of endorphins, those natural mood boosters we hear about.
Right, endorphins.
The source even mentions that you might start noticing a difference within maybe 2 weeks of consistent effort.
2 weeks, that's pretty quick.
It is. It shows the power of small, regular investments in your physical well-being really impacting your mental and emotional states.
It raises a question for you listening, doesn't it? What kind of movement feels sustainable and maybe even enjoyable in your daily life?
That's the key, sustainable and enjoyable.
Now, let's tackle habit number 3.
Yeah.
And the source itself admits this one might be a bit of a challenge in our constantly connected world.
Oh, yeah. This one's tough for many.
The daily digital detox.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about dedicating 1 full hour each day to absolutely no screens. No phone, no TV, no laptop, no just scrolling.
Yep. 1 hour, no screens.
I know for many people, myself included sometimes, that sounds like a significant chunk of time to just disconnect.
It does. And the source acknowledges that difficulty. That's why it offers some old school alternatives for that hour.
Like what?
Like reading an actual physical book. Remember those?
Huh.
Or having a face-to-face conversation with someone, spending time in nature, or even just allowing yourself to sit in silence.
Silence. Wow.
What's interesting is the deliberate act of disconnecting from that constant stream of digital information. It's intentional.
The source argues that our brains really need this downtime, this break.
They do.
It says it provides space to think more deeply, maybe tap into creativity, and simply to decompress without the constant digital noise.
It's like giving your brain a chance to actually catch its breath, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Precisely. Think about how much information your brain processes in a single day just through screens. It's overwhelming.
It really is.
So by intentionally stepping away for an hour, the source suggests you can experience a significant increase in mental clarity and a greater sense of calm.
Clarity and calm. Sounds good.
It's about reclaiming some mental bandwidth, really, by breaking free from that habitual digital engagement loop we get stuck in.
And the potential upside, according to the source, is pretty compelling. Getting back some lost time, sharpening your focus, and ultimately improving your mental well-being. It's a good reminder that sometimes the most productive thing you can actually do is to intentionally step away from the tech.
It makes you wonder how much time we unintentionally lose to just that endless scrolling habit.
A lot, probably.
So if we pull it all together, the source material really points to 3 key daily habits for creating meaningful change.
Okay, let's recap them.
A 15-minute morning ritual to cultivate mental clarity and intention.
Got it. Number 1.
Then 30 minutes of movement to boost physical energy and your mood.
Number 2, move your body.
And finally, a 1-hour digital detox each day to foster inner peace and maybe get some sharper focus back.
Number 3, screen-free time.
Okay.
3 core habits.
3 core habits.
And the encouraging message from the source, which I think is important, is that it's not about achieving perfection from day one.
Not at all. It's about showing up consistently and making steady progress, even if those steps feel really small initially.
Consistency over perfection. Progress, not perfection.
That's a crucial point. It's really about building momentum over time.
Okay.
So, for you listening right now, maybe consider this. Out of these 3 habits, the focused start to your day, moving your body daily, and that screen-free hour, which one feels like it could have the biggest positive impact for you right now?
That's a good question to ponder.
And maybe, just maybe, what's one small, really actionable step you could take today, or maybe tomorrow, to start experimenting with it? Just try it out.